going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer with part 2 of What's My Line, where we will pick up from that cliffhanger where Kendra came along and she revealed herself to be a vampire slayer. And Buffy right now is going to be thinking, what? Because there can only be one. But apparently there's two. Just watch into the it's the multiverse. You know how I was theorizing early on, or said that I was theorizing early on that episode 9 could have been an alternative episode, like an alternative universe. What could have happened if Buffy was not a vampire slayer? Well, what's happening with the vampires is they are merging the two universes into one, and it's creating catastrophic consequences. So yeah, I'm just making stuff up as I go along, but no, in all seriousness, I'm really looking forward to seeing what does happen in this episode, how the whole Kendra situation is going to be handled, what's going to happen with Drusilla, because she's getting healthier, which is really good, except they're vampires, so that's really bad. So yeah, but we know that there was this quest to get that key to transcribe the book, so we can get Drusilla into a healthy girl, yay! But and we've also got to sort out the Order of Taraka, I think it is called. Yeah, we still got to sort them out because Creepy Worm Man has gone in to has confronted Cordelia and Xander, so that's going to be interesting to pick up upon. But yeah, with that said, let's get on to episode number 10 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is What's My Line Part 2. Let's go.
There is but one, and I am she.
There was a bit of a complication.
A scenario.
Oh?
You back off. I'll back off. But you promise not to go all wiggy until we can go to my watcher.
They should have some kind of Slayer bracelet just to make things less complicated.
I'm here to kill vampires.
Yeah, well, someone might want to tell American Giles or whoever your watcher is that there was a bit of a complication. Bit of sunlight won't kill you. Oh, wait. Damn it, my parents lied.
Died? Just a little.
She drowned, but she was revived.
So there really are two of them.
So they must have some kind of mystical presence. Like the Force.
What's the flum? It's a mistake. She isn't supposed to be here. She goes home. Look, no offense.
Yeah,
I
go
really
back
don't
on the
know
bench
this
like I
but
said yesterday.
I'm not dead, and frankly,
Has a what?
you know what? Just trust me on this one, okay? He's on the home team now.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you. He looked to me just like another animal.
She's another Slayer!
And you what? What did you do to him?
Uh-oh.
What?
We Buffy fans stan the OG Slayer.
Wild horses couldn't drag her. Oops. Sorry.
Oh man, I just love Spike, but
What are you gonna do with him anyway?
damn
I'm
it,
thinking
Angels, buddy.
Maybe dinner and a movie. I don't want to rush into anything. I've been hurt, you know.
Get yourself a vampire like Spike, just saying.
Salesman, and he was just leaving, right? Okay, bye-bye, thank you.
Okay, Mary Kay, time to...
Ew! Ew!
Time to
Ew!
run.
Ew! 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 Double ew! Triple ew! Don't like this. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no! No, this is nightmarish.
I don't take orders. I do things my way.
No wonder you
And that's
died.
why we look.
Let's go.
Oh, she's gonna get a stake to the heart in a minute.
I have to ask. Has either of you girls considered modeling?
Oh, for God's
I have a friend with a
sake.
camera. Strict.
Oh boy.
You've been a very bad daddy.
Daddy. I had to.
Is it Slayer handbook? Wait, handbook? What handbook? How come I don't have a handbook?
Is there a t-shirt too?
Because that would be cool.
After meeting you, Buffy,
Welcome to the
I
Slayer
realized
Club.
that the handbook would be of no use in your case.
Well,
What do you mean it would be of no use in my case? What's wrong with my case?
Kendra, perhaps you'd like to show me the part in Drummer 6. Yes.
Oh my god, I've got the
Right, of
perfect
course.
meme for this.
And I imagine she's
I'm gonna put it
cheerleader as
in the
well.
reaction.
Well, actually, she had to give up her cheerleading. It was quite an amusing story, actually.
Amusing?
Let's go and find the book, shall we?
Try
I don't
telling
know
that
what
to the
she
girl
does.
that had her hands on fire.
A few moments on Earth here with you!
I hope these are my last moments. 3 more seconds with you, and I'm gonna.
I'm gonna what?
Or are we gonna
Coward.
kiss?
Moron.
I hate you!
I hate you!
Kiss! Yeah! Ooh! I had a feeling. I had vibes. I had vibes.
We so need to.
No, honestly, I cannot blame Cordelia whatsoever. That would just not make me go to sleep for the next month. Oh, that's the assassin! Shit! Okay. Since when was being a slayer illegal in this state? Holy shit. Well, this isn't police friendly.
He's shot. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm shot, you know. Wow, it's odd
Please tell me it's just the arm.
and painful.
Good. Because I've had it. Spike is going down. You can attack me, you can send assassins after me, that's fine. But nobody messes with my boyfriend.
Buffy!
Did anyone explain to you what secret identity means?
Nope. Must be in the handbook.
Superhero
Chapter on
101.
personality.
Whenever
We'll be
they
careful with that
unmask,
thing.
like the
Please.
Flash.
I'm an expert in all weapons.
Is everything all right?
You were saying?
Yeah, it's excellent. Your technique, it's flawless. It's better than mine.
I know.
No, at least
Still,
she's not afraid
I would
to
kick your
admit
butt in the
that.
end. And you know why? No imagination.
Really? You think so?
You close off that
Oh, I know
emotional
so.
state, you
You're
close
good,
off your
but power alone
imagination.
isn't- That guy, the sleazoid you nearly decked in the bar.
You think he might help us?
I think we might make him.
And I'm not really clicking with
Hey,
her accent, like, but
That's right.
I think she was taking the mic there.
Said then, aren't you a throw himself to the lion sort of sap these days?
Oh boy.
Well, the lions are onto you, baby. See, if I kill you now, you go quick, and Drew hasn't got a chance. And if Drew dies,
Testing his
your
patience.
little Rebecca, sunny Hell Farm, and all her mates are spared her coming out party.
Rebecca. I love it.
The moon is.
Not all, but it's enough.
It's as I feared. He clothes your judgment.
Oh boy.
We can't stop this ritual alone.
Look,
Are you listening
she
to me? He
still
could
does
die.
well with
He's a
emotions.
vampire. He should die.
Oh,
am I the only person who sees it?
wrong word.
From the blood of the sire, she is risen. From the blood of the sire, she shall rise again.
Ah! Shit! Oh my god! Holy shit, the vision. Oh, here we go.
Who the hell is this?
It's your lucky day, Spike.
2 slayers.
No waiting.
Get 2 for the price of 1. Ass kicking. That is. Oh, Jesus! Woo! Nice team! Come on, Giles! Come on,
Hey,
Willow!
Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, you big cootie.
Switch.
Oh, nice teamwork. Ooh, I'm loving this.
Fighting you anyway.
Mutual.
Yeah, she's got a bone to pick with you. Come on, Cordelia.
He did, Cordy.
Go on, Giles and Willow, though. Holy shit, there's so much action. I'm ready for this.
That's me favorite shirt. That's me only shirt.
Of course. My only shirt. Go on. Ooh! Oh! Ooh! Ooh! Holy Whoa! Holy shit! Buffy! I love her! Oh,
Monkey. And he has a little hat. And little
monkey!
pants.
Yeah,
Fits!
The monkey's the only cookie animal that gets to wear clothes. You know that? You have the sweetest smile I've ever seen. So I'm wondering, do the other cookie animals feel sort of ripped? Like, is the hippo going, hey, man, where are my pants? I have my hippo dignity.
I love him.
And you know, the monkey's just, I mock you with my monkey pants.
I love him.
Run cold.
If you dare breathe a word of this,
Like I want anyone to know.
then it's a race.
Never happened.
Good.
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 Apart from this upcoming kiss. I ship this so much.
It's who you are.
Did you get that
Your
from
responsibility.
From you.
Oh!
Guess it's something I really can't fight.
They can both learn
Freak.
a lot from each
Not
other, that's the
only.
thing.
Not anymore.
Oh.
I don't hug.
Right. No. Good. Hate. Hugs.
Yeah. Hide your face. Those trousers really blend well with the grass, just saying. There we go. Oof. So it worked. Fun! So at least she still gets to keep the craziness, because I think that's what I love the most about Drusilla, is that she gets to keep the craziness. So yeah, it's weird, but it's her character at the end of the day. So yeah, I really still though, I do I don't know why, but I do feel for Spike. He took a really heavy crack with that toss by Buffy. That's one of the most brutal that's one of the most brutal attacks I've ever seen. Just with the way everything came crashing down and all of that. Oof. You know what's so funny? I really enjoyed that episode so super much. Like, I don't know. I think this episode was probably the most excited I think with the prospect of having two Slayers and exploring that, it just amplified the excitement for this episode. But yeah, I had a lot of fun watching this. There were some issues though, but I don't know. For some reason, I want to say this is like one of the most enjoyable episodes I've had with Buffy. Like, the more I'm getting into this show, the more fun I am having watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's glorious. So, yeah, I'll just try and put these down because I've got my Facebook chat as well going, and I'm not going to mute them because they're my best friends. So yeah, yeah, it was a great episode though. I really enjoyed exploring a lot more on a lot of Kendra's characteristics and seeing how different the Slayer life is, like how different Buffy is to Kendra. Like, they have a lot to take from each other. Like, Kendra is the more restrictive Slayer, and Buffy's a lot more looser. It doesn't mean that Kendra is well, they're both inspirational lights from each other's eyes. That's what I'm just saying. They can both take a lot from each other in this episode, a lot of lessons, especially with Kendra. I really love that wise words speech at the ending, should I say, where she said, "You talk about slaying like it's a job. It's not. It's who you are." So I really loved that. But yeah, we saw how Kendra studies so hard with her Slayer duty. She even impressed Giles. Like, Giles had the biggest, he had the shittest shit eating grin on his face when Kendra was talking about, I studied all of these, and she was gloating about her studies. It's because Giles is like, holy crap. Like I said, I'm still posting that meme because for some reason, when Buffy was feeling a bit pushed out because Giles, this is what Giles wanted to hear, it made me think of that meme you saw in the video, like because I'm gonna utilize it. I don't care. I honestly do not care. I don't know if it just cropped up when Giles had the biggest grin on his face when Kendra was talking about her studies and how she takes her Slayer life seriously, and then Buffy was like, and you can tell by Buffy she was feeling that she was feeling like Giles moved on, in a sense. Not that he was going to, but this is the thing that he wants to hear. But at the same time, Kendra can learn a lot from Buffy, because we had that talk about emotions and attachments, and we know how restrictive Kendra is. And it's so funny because Buffy has been talking about she wants that normal life, playing back to it's not a job, it's who you are at the end of the day. But we know that Buffy wants that normality. She wants to stop being a Slayer. Well, I think I don't think it's so much as stopping being a Slayer. She just wants a bit more normality in her life. But when you think about it, surely after her interactions with Kendra, she's got to be thinking in the mindset of, wow, I'm really crying over spilled milk compared to the life Kendra's living, because we had Kendra being trained from the very early ages, and she was seemingly the wording implied that she was seemingly given the name Kendra. She wasn't born with the name, she was given it. Which would make sense if her parents, she didn't grow up with her parents, and she didn't even remember what they were, so, or what they looked like, apart from pictures. Not just that, though, but she didn't have much to travel with. She only had the shirt that she came with, so, yeah. But Buffy's got that chance to live normally, and Kendra still has her flaws like Buffy does at the end of the day. So I do love how they're different, but they can both learn from each other. So I would like to see potentially Kendra come back to build each other up so they can improve from each other, and I think that works. Like if she appears every once in a blue moon, like I said in the last episode, she could do so. Um, Especially now that they've established their relationship, she could appear once in a blue moon, not to, obviously, because that was the intention of this episode, was that she was going to replace the deaded Buffy, which seems to there does seem to be this mystical like calling that, okay, Slayer's dead, bring on the next one, because we got confirmation that when Buffy died, that's when Kendra was called up. So yeah, but I would like to see Kendra come back, and maybe they can help build each other up, because I think that would work so well. Because we had that in this episode where Buffy was wanting Kendra, like she wanted her to bite because she wanted to test that emotional response, even though she was restrictive. But that works so well with Buffy. Like, she feels so alive. She's got the people around her. She's got Angel. She's got that freedom. Like, even though school is practically hell for every teen ever, it's more freedom than what Kendra has at the end of the day. So you do sympathize a bit with Kendra with how restrictive she is, but I guess that's part of the Slayer life. Like there's that difference between, because we know how like Giles wanted to enforce that more serious policy back in episode 5. It was episode 5. It was the one with the lizard. So yeah, and they have this whole cult thing, a cult of watchers, as Giles knew the watcher who was overseeing Kendra. So yeah, I really loved going into the differences of both Slayers, but how they could learn a lot from each other. So it was really great stuff to see. And like I said, I think Kendra coming back every once in the blue moon, not at the rate of Angel season 1, but like once every season and all that, I think that would work, and they could build each other up. So yeah, because I feel like if we, like, because this Slayer thing is like one of a kind, you only get one until the next one's called up, like after the previous one is dead. But now that Kendra, like I said, Kendra and Buffy have re-established that relationship, it would be great to have that uniqueness of the Slayers rather than exploiting them as much as possible. So yeah, every once in a blue moon, I'd be happy with Kendra coming back. I will say, I wasn't really a fan of Kendra's accent, to be honest. I think even Buffy took the piss out of it when after their emotion talk, but yeah, I did like how her character was built in this episode. Like I said, the differences between Buffy and Kendra was really startling to see. So yeah. Xander and Cordelia, though, holy shit. I absolutely love the fact that they are... It doesn't seem forced whatsoever. I love the fact that they are, I guess, officially together, even though they bicker like an old married couple. But it works so well. It was just really great. But what's funny is, like, yesterday when it was Buffy episode 9, I was thinking, when that Taraka assassin appeared, like, it was like that salesman, and it was just Xander and Cordelia in the house. A part of me was thinking, oh, it's like they're a couple, aren't they? But I dig the ship so much. It doesn't seem forced. Both characters have amazing chemistry against each other, and the show is aware that it's pulling this trope, this more comedic trope with this relationship, with the way it's zoomed in on the camera and the music and like I said, them bickering. So they are aware of the kind of relationship that they're building towards with both Xander and Cordelia, and it works so well. So I absolutely do. I'm absolutely ready to see. I've got to say, this episode did a really good job in relationships, but I am really excited to see where Cordelia and Xander's relationship does go. But yeah, it did a really good job in terms of relationships. Like, we didn't get much of Angel in this episode, but we saw how much Angel means to Buffy. Like, last episode demonstrated that relationship of how much Buffy and Angel do reflect off each other. And then we saw how much... well, not just Angel's. I was going to say, we saw how much, with Buffy's wording, how much Angel means to her. I was gonna throw in a little bit there by saying that that discussion where Angel had that remorse about what he did to Drusilla had some really heavy relevancy in this episode. But yeah. We saw she was ready to kill Kendra with good reason about what she did to Angel. Like I said, I'm still Team Buffy anyways, even if Kendra was like, no, this is not the way to go, etc., etc. I was like, nah, you know what? Sit down on the sub bench. Buffy's got this. But not just that, but she was super pissed with Spike. She was like, saying, you can send assassins after me, you can have me killed, but if you go after my boy, we're gonna have some issues. So yeah, and bloody hell did she have some issues. Like, the way he was just throwing, holy shit. And it does seem like we are going to have that power switch with Spike being the weakened one, and now Drusilla is now more powerful, which is going to be absolutely scary, because when you're crazy and you've got so much power, that is really, really bad news. And Drusilla, crazy doesn't cut it. But I gotta say, it was so sinister with, like, her and Angel when she was torturing Angel, or she was playing with him in her terms. But yeah, it was very, very sinister, and like, as it is with Drusilla, the wording was very, very sinister. So I really, really do love Drusilla. I love Drusilla's involvement in this show. Like, I'm at that point where, like, even though we have only got them for, we've only had them for, like, I guess a few episodes, maybe a bit more, but I'm at that point where I kind of don't want them to ever go. For like I said in the last episode, I really dig their relationship, and I was like, yeah, you guys, I wouldn't blame you guys for calling me crazy for loving this relationship. And now I'm at that point where like, Spike is just a wonderfully performed and written character. Same with Drusilla. And I don't want them to go, ever. So, yeah, I think I'm losing the plot, but I really love Drusilla and Spike so much. Yeah. Um, but, yeah, I really enjoyed the fight as well. Willow, holy shit. Well, first, Willow's. Ooh, I'm so excited. Like I said, it was a great episode for relationships. Willow's was just developing. Um so I really loved their relationship in this episode where they were just getting to know each other, and you saw Willow was a bit nervous, but it was a good nervous. It was that butterflies in your stomach feeling whenever you do talk to a crush. And I do feel like Willow has that sense, same as Oz. Willow does have that sense of he's talking to me. Oh, my heart's fluttering. Like I could tell with her voice, she was a bit nervous, but it was not in the vein where she wanted to run away. She was just happy, which is good. We want Willow happy. We can't harm Willow because Willow's a little cherub. But gotta say, Willow wasn't a cherub during that fight scene. Not to say that in a concerning way, she went ruthless. What I really loved about that fight scene, though, was everyone was getting involved at the same time. Like we saw Willow and Giles really go to work, whilst Buffy was doing her thing as usual, aided with Kendra, which was great. Twice the pride. Not so much double the fall in well, double the impact for Spike, definitely. But yeah, we saw that with Willow and Giles. We saw Cordelia and Xander glue the worms. I will say, what was with the deal with the, like, I think he was like, when you think about it, I didn't really get how dangerous he was. Because I don't think they established, okay, well, these are killer worms. They will feast on your flesh. Because they like should have done it with Cordelia when she had a whole boat of worms on her. But like, what was exactly the deal with that guy? Because other than the fact that he was just creepy and nightmarish, I don't get what his deal was, and we're going to these, like, assassins who are supposed to be very dangerous. Like, Undertaker dude was definitely dangerous, and so was the policewoman, especially since it was foreshadowed in the last episode, these assassins could be anyone. So I really loved how they touched up upon that in the school when we had that little shootout and Oz got shot. Thankfully, he's okay. Like, my heart had a little panic because I was thinking, oh, he's a nice character. Oh, he's going to get killed off, isn't he? But he lives, woo. But yeah, I just wondered what was with the salesman, the creepy dude, because of, like, does he just give his victims cardiac arrest or something? Because we saw that woman scream, but we don't know what exactly happened. And it, like I said, I don't think they're flesh-eating worms, because they would have took a big snack at Cordelia, surely. Like, there was even some still in her when they all rendezvoused at the library. I didn't really get too much of why that guy was supposed to be all sinister, because I don't think it was established how he does kill his victims, apart from, like I said, probably cardiac arrest. Because I think, like I said, she, like, if they were supposed to be flesh-eating worms or something like that, then why did Cordelia not feel anything, like, even from one worm or whatnot? I'm not so sure, but all I'm just thinking of, not Oz, but all I'm thinking of is, you may as well, like, if you're gonna have this cult, you may as well have a can of worms drop on, like, be a member of your cult of Taraka, because they just proved to be more effective, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, the Order of Taraka was okay for the most part. They weren't really, like, Undertaker dude was sinister, don't get me wrong, but in this episode, I felt like the policewoman was kind of okay as well. Like, you could get that with a corrupt cop. Doesn't mean they could be part of this cult. But yeah, it was kind of okay. But this episode was more than okay. It was really splendid. I really enjoyed it. Relationships were being developed, and it was pretty intense, especially now that Spike's on the not so much on the upper hand. But I still hope we do get a bit of him, even though he has been absolutely decimated. Like, we still get to hear his charm. So yeah, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!